Well, the advice I would give to a teenage self would be stick at it because it worked for me. And certainly, I never, until I got into playing with Pulp, I was playing in lots of different bands all the time, chopping and changing. Because not really to get too fixated on, this band is going to be the one until you find the one that's going to be the one, and when you're there, you know it, Pulp, I could see we'd got so many positive things potentially to happen. It took a bloody long time, and it was very, very frustrating at times. But I knew that was going to be my best chance to make it or to get somewhere. So I would say just to stick at it, or stick at what you're good at, And I think what you were saying earlier, in a way, chuck your eggs into that basket and give it a go.
Yeah.
Give it the best go. And what I would always say, because I've always tried to say this to my kids, who are not teenagers anymore, I said, just do something. Because it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what that something is. Because simply, if you do nothing, nothing happens. But if you do something, something can happen. And that's all I'd say to them. So it doesn't matter what you do.
I think mine would be no matter what level of achievements you have, is to enjoy them. I mean, the kind of not revel in it and be narcissistic or anything like that, but we spent all of our time going, all right, we've done that, next, all right, we've done that, next. And whether it never happens or whether it does happen is by the by.
Yeah, my advice to my teenage self would be, if you do anything, just enjoy it. Don't be obsessively modest all the time, and just revel in it. Keep things. Don't go, oh, we were an enemy this week, but we'll be on the front page in 2 years' time. Just keep stuff. That's your legacy. Whether you like it or not, it can be a short blast, it can be a long career, but that's what your legacy is, and that's what this place is here for. It's what our history, our culture completely rides on it. Even the smallest of idiosyncrasies in any person's story is vital.
For me, I don't know.
You're not even far out, you're teenage.
What did you say to yourself 7 years ago?
I'm 23, so I can't really, I think, my being here compared to, I guess, yours and yours, like the fact that I'm at a very early but very peak kind of part of
you're a tipping point.
Career. And and there's literally nothing in the world to say, like, it's not going to tip the other way, and actually all goes down the pan, and I end up working my day job for the rest of my life. But I'm happy with that. Like just as I'll be happy with going off and being able to achieve whatever comes, and hopefully it's a big thing. But I think my advice for me would be to just let life take its own toll, and just don't worry about
it. I enjoyed having a look around. Thought there's some interesting stuff. Certainly, I thought there was that cabinet of video games. I remember seeing when video games were coming out, and they were like, oh my god, these things are amazing. Kids these days think, what is this junk, but it was, you can remember it at the time being such a fantastic thing, that you could play this game on your TV, amazing stuff. And certainly there was some 60s and 70s dresses and stuff like that, which is the amazing thing that people have kept them squirreled away somewhere. They've not all fallen to bits or gone to charity and all that kind of stuff. And it's great that people can hold on to stuff, and I suppose only those little things that come through, But it was really interesting to see that the kids could work out a kind of a narrative and show that you might think that the 1990s, let's say, was a million years ago, but still there's stuff in there that you perhaps relate to even kids today, So So all interesting stuff.
I think it's one of the elements that encompasses the development in technology as well as our different eras, isn't it? And it's quite an obvious one. Whereas obviously we've got music formats like CDs, cassettes, and things like that. But the computer consoles are quite iconographical to us because they were expensive as well. I mean, they still are now. But I mean, that was like 3 Christmases and a birthday if you were going to get a Master System. It's like you're not got a present till you're 70. Oh, okay, no problem. But I think the whole exhibition was, like you were saying yourself, every object is charged, and because it's there, and because it's, whether we like hearing it or not, it's retro or it's vintage, or you did a very good job of making us feel old. Everything had an absolute significance, such as your jacket, such as I remember, I can't repeat it now, but the story behind this jacket, even the objects that are strewn across the floor in the bedroom, the posters, the records, everything had something that was vitally significant to some person.
If that jacket could talk,
exactly,
Ooh, I could tell us some stories.
It was great going up there for me to go up there and see everything, kind of looking at the kind of nostalgia that I don't remember, but the nostalgia that is in songs that we write as well. Like, the whole kind of, like, we talked about, Nintendo's came second hand and things like that, and seeing the kind of the memorabilia that you've got there collected up there, and the amount of stories that are along with each one, it's great. Obviously for me, like, my involvement in the exhibition wasn't as kind of looking at the past, but like you've said, it is a little bit more present, and it was great for me. Like, again, it's the only way I can really talk about it is from a personal level, because I wasn't around at that kind of point. But what I do know is
surprising how quickly the present will become the past.
Yeah, that's it. But it's like it's
blink and 20 years have gone by.
I know.
What the hell's happened?
But like looking at seeing the guitar that I recorded my album on, and then seeing like your jackets and looking at the pulp references and things. I mean, in my living room I've got a poster of Do You Remember the First Time? And and it's
everything's emotionally charged.
Yeah,
and I think, judging by the popularity that since it's opened, it'd be amazing to see whether people who come in and look at that familiar pop iconography can go back to the downstairs exhibits and understand that everything else has had a similar amount of charge for somebody at some point in history, and find that stimulating in some way.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a really cool thing to happen. I had a pair of Criminal Damage jeans that I wore once. The ones.
Were they the ones with the little bone hands on them?
No, they were so baggy that they completely covered your shoes. They were massive.
And then it would have just been mud around the bottom.
Drenched. Yeah, so they were designed for the American market. So if you were in Sheffield, anyone who had Criminal Damage was wet up to about here and had like trench foot or something like that. I think that's the only big regret I had.
Oh, my favourite things, obviously, I'm going back to late 70s in Rotherham. Trying to cultivate a punk image was difficult. Well, you didn't know where you were going to buy anything from. You never bought your clothes anyway, so you had no idea what you were doing. So there was a school disco club. I thought, I'm going to make my own. No idea how to make anything. Absolutely no idea. So, literally, obviously, punk zips were the big thing. So I thought, I can make my own. So I got an old school blazer, raided my mother's sewing box, nicked all the zips, and sewed really badly all these zips all over this blazer. And I thought, yes, it's going to be great down the school disco. But I thought, they're all going to family going to take piss out of me if I stroll out with this. So like, what are you doing? So we only lived in a bungalow, so I opened my bedroom window, chucked the jacket out, strolled through it. I'm off to school disco, see you later, round the corner, pick the jacket, put it on, off to see the mates. You look the dogs, but I'm looking back and think, that must have looked so rubbish. Unbelievable. But, you just thought, I think the reaction I got from everyone was reasonably favourable. They had no idea either.
That's it.
So, it's like, yeah, looks great that. Oh, I'm not so sure about that. Whatever, I think I might have worn that once, maybe twice. But
bike chains were a thing when we were kids as well.
yeah.
Bike
Used to wear
chain.
they used to attach to your wallet and go around front, and dog chains. So you used to go to
I
the
remember the
shop
dog
and buy a
chains.
big dog. I had 5 because I wanted to be better than everyone else. And it was great until we went on a school trip to Doncaster Dome and some complete stranger ragged me down the ramp by the chains. Never again. Did you keep festival things around you?
Oh yeah.
For like 2 years.
I was gutted. I remember.
yeah.
I had them on for like a good 4 years, 5 years. These festival wristbands, and they were manky. They lost all colour. Like they were horrific. And I ended up having an operation, and I got put to sleep. And when I woke up, I didn't have any of them. I was like, "Where's they all gone?" And they cut them off in the operation, and I was wounded.
Maybe that's what the operation was for.
Yeah. They're like, "You're gonna lose your
I
arm."
just couldn't stand the smell.
Yeah. I remember the first single I bought was Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen on the EMI label. So that was the first single I bought. I've still got it.
Mine was, I was 6. I had older parents, so I was brought up on a lot of rockabilly and things like that. And my first single was Small 45. A-side was Chuck Berry, My Ding-a-Ling. And the B-side was Johnny Be Good, because My Ding-a-Ling went to #1 in England,
Yeah,
Johnny Be Good didn't.
Yeah.
So that was the A-side. So yeah, and the first album I bought was Andy's Records. I queued outside in '93 for Michael Jackson's Dangerous.
Yeah, man.
Good album, terrible night.
Yeah, I think the first one I bought with my own money was Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz, and I went out, went to HMV with my little pay slip, and went and bought that, and I listened to it on repeat for I think probably about 4 years afterwards.
Good record.
Great, yeah, great album.
Barbie Girl by Aqua. That's a classic, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
Now you see,
I've got
I
the
get a
same
lot of
thing.
resistance when I say to some of my
I thought
fellows.
that Return Back Time was masterful.
I say many artists say Barbie Girl, Aqua, fabulous song. They're like, you idiot.
Catchy.
Catchy, it's got a great beat, fantastic, interesting lyrics.
Yeah, I don't think there's such thing as a guilty pleasure because it's all subjective, isn't it?
Yeah,
But,
totally, yeah. If I've got a talent, I'll make sure it's not secret. Every bugger knows about it. That's the thing,
Yeah. Autism, that'll do. I'm autistic. That's it. That's a secret superpower. It makes me focus a hell of a lot more than your average Joe. There we go.
Yeah, very good.
No, I couldn't think of a secret talent. I can't think of any talents.
Yeah. No, indeed.
Yes.
No.
Right, let's start another hour debate.
Obviously, yeah. If the Italian football fans can have a big sign saying "Do not put your pineapple on your pizza," then that's it for me.
Fair.
They're right.
Yeah. Although the Greeks invented pizza.
Well, they keep it too quiet, don't they?
They do
That's
keep
the
it
thing.
too quiet. That's a hidden talent.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't talent.
Yeah, so it's 2-1 to the pizzas.
Ah.
Pineapples on their pizzas.
I think it's only because they've been brought up with applesauce and pork. That kind of thing. It's this
Pineapple
sweet
and
meat.
gammon. Pineapple and gammon.
Fried egg every time.
Yeah, fair.
Sweetened meat, no.
As a rule.
Yeah, too many rules. Yeah, very political, I suppose.
I thought it was all going to get.
Well, it got charged.
We're running to ring and see what I can't say. Yeah.
Great.
And that was the last question.
Hey.
Marvellous. That's
Thank
it.
you very much, guys.
That's right. Thank you for having
Hope
us.
it's all recorded. No,
Lovely.
you're welcome. Thank you for the pizza.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for our Greek food.
Yeah, Greek